roll the intro. You know what's funny? Like, I know you're like not a huge fan of the intro, but like you do such a good job of it that you need to do it every single time.
I cringe for the people who have to watch this.
I honestly hope that the videos become famous so that the fans are like, we need to see her intro.
No, I don't think so. I just cringe. I'm so sorry.
Anyways, I love it. It's a Kim Possible reference for those who don't know. But anyways,
Yeah, my rendition
today,
of Kim Possible.
we are on a roll. We're chopping up about a bunch of different stuff.
Yes.
And in our last video, I was like, yo, let's talk about India.
Yeah. So I think I will start off as the host of this one.
Whoa.
Okay, so I'll give a little context and then we'll dive right in.
Oh I realized my face was out there. I made a crazy facial expression. But anyways, go ahead.
Hi, come a little closer. What you scared about?
Do your
There
thing,
you
do
go.
your thing. Go ahead, girl.
Okay, so basically, last year, we are in 2021. Last year in March of 2020,
Mm-hmm.
we went to India for essentially the purpose of our trip was to shop for the wedding, right? All
Yeah.
the best clothes, everything. It just, for us, makes sense. Okay, we're going to go to India and do it. We'll explain more of the reason after. But anyways, we went to India for wedding shopping. Short trip. I think we were there for maybe 10 days? 10, 12 days total?
10 or 12 days.
But this was your very first time going to the motherland. Very first time.
First time.
So, how was it for you? I know, okay.
This is
so
so weird that you're asking like that. Like,
Okay.
how is it?
No. So not how was it? So starting off, so we were, I think, so we got engaged a few months before that, right? So November
Did we?
2019. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Classic dad joke
Right?
right there.
But since then, I think around Christmas is when we were throwing the idea out there, okay, let's go to India. And
Yeah, we
for
were.
wedding shopping. And you had never been before. So what were your initial thoughts? A lot of people, and I ask this because a lot of people are oh man, I don't ever want to go to
No,
India.
I'm not like that.
So-
I'm just dive in.
Yeah.
Just cut you off.
Okay.
First of all, I want to give a shout out to Dinesh, who no one knows yet. He may never make it on this podcast, but he never wanted to go to India.
Yeah, I've heard
And
that. From
he's
him.
always said that to me.
Yep.
And the reason I'm bringing that up is I'm the complete opposite. I've always wanted to go to India. I've always wanted to explore that culture because
We are Indian.
I am Indian. Even though I look extremely pale probably in this video right now, I am brown skinned. So I've always wanted to be there. Growing up watching the Bollywood movies, and eating the food and just honestly, no, seriously,
Yeah.
you gotta understand, you can make
I
the
know,
face, but
no. It just makes me laugh.
we grew up that way.
Yeah.
We didn't grow. My parents aren't from India,
Yeah.
so you had the opportunity when you were younger to go there as a kid multiple times. I never had that.
Yeah.
So to me, I had to live vicariously through these movies and
Yeah.
these songs and the culture that I was shown by directors and
Right.
producers.
Yeah.
And no matter what happened, I was like, this looks amazing. I want to go there.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to go there.
Yeah.
And I've actually talked about this before, not before, but with older friends that are from past,
Yeah.
potentially going on an India trip,
Right.
but it just never panned out.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to be, how do I get to India?
Yeah.
So when it arose,
Yeah.
the opportunity came up with you guys and your family to be like, let's go India shop. I was like, oh,
Let's do it.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was all in as soon as you said it.
You were. You didn't say no once.
Yeah, no,
You
I was
were
all
on
in. I wanted to
Yeah.
go. I wanted to experience it. And also
Yeah.
I've heard this too before. It's for the first time going to India, obviously I don't speak Hindi. And it look different, all that kind of stuff. So you want to go with people who do know how to speak the language and
Yeah.
do know how to get around. Your parents, especially your dad, is the OG of India and Delhi and Gurgaon. He basically just knows everything. And I hope one day we can have him on, both your mom and dad on here,
Yeah.
talk about this and just their, I'm sure, wildlife
Oh,
that they
man.
experience in India, which I would love to share one day. But anyways, yeah, as soon as I found out we had the opportunity to do it,
Mhm.
and then I knew basically your parents were chaperoning, but just giving the VIP. Let me talk about this actually. The whole experience is so obviously you can go to India and just do it. I was just excited to go to India, to go with them and the family and just see where I was excited to see where they grew up, see some
Mhm.
family that I would have never maybe seen otherwise,
Yeah.
and eat the food and experience it and just do all these cool things.
Yeah.
Shopping was just an added plus to get stuff done and the things that we needed. now. I feel like I'm rambling, but anyways, to elevate on the experience, I don't really remember the exact conversations or how it all came up,
Yeah.
but basically, like, your parents, and I think it was probably your dad's idea, because he's that type of guy, and he will never say it really, but it's like he wanted to make it the best experience
Yeah.
for me ever.
Yeah.
Because it was my first time to India. So like, he'll probably never watch this, but like, I'll forever be grateful for the opportunity that he gave to me, like, to do that,
Yeah.
and to come and to get a first class ticket to India, and to like sit. Like, first of all, for me, I've never sat first class.
Yeah.
For me to sit first class on a flight to India, and like things I've only seen in like movies or YouTube videos, was like there's like a little pod and like, you go, like climb back, and like all these like little things. Like, I've never experienced that, and like, you know, for me to like have that experience with you guys and your family, like to be provided that like from your parents, like that was like unreal. Like, even though I said thank you one night, like they'll never understand like what that means to me. Maybe unless they like somehow see this video, but it's just like that was like an opportunity of a lifetime for me to go there and experience that. Okay, anyways, first class flight ticket out the way. When we get there, everything was basically taken care of, and obviously, like, I wish I could have helped more, but like I don't know any at all, so I don't know anyone in India other than Manal.
Yeah.
Shout out to Manal in Lab India. That's a guy which I also met in India, which we can talk about in a bit. But I didn't know anyone there. I didn't know anything about that place other than movies. So it's like your parents knew every single thing, which makes sense because they grew up there.
Yes.
They knew like the cars, the food, the places to eat, the roads to take, what to do, what not to do. And it was amazing because going, and I'm extremely spoiled right now saying this because I went there and got the experience that I probably should have never gotten. That you should never get unless you're like some big like celebrity. Because that's how I felt.
Oh.
No, seriously, because it's like there was like cars were taken care of, like food was always taken care of, like the hotel was like really dope. I forget the name of
The Hyatt.
I don't know how I forgot that. The Hyatt. Like, we just had like all these like little things in place, and then along the journey, there was like this surprise. And it was like there was this, and like we went to dinner, like Indian accent, and like basically like, and you can talk about this now because I've been talking about it for like 10 minutes straight.
It's okay.
But basically, I'm just so excited talking about it. And it's like when they have gone to India. How many times have you been to India?
I've been going every year since I was born.
So they have been to India many, many times.
Yeah.
And the time that they went with me was the first time in the history of them going to India, which is like 10, 20, whatever times, that they had this type of experience where they were always eating out, where they always had VIP, first class, this and that.
Yeah.
Usually when you go, what do you guys do?
So, like I said, we've been going every year since I was born. So shout out to my mom. She would take me and my brother.
Yeah, that's
and
so dope.
literally travel. That's a long flight. And back then, like, it was not first class. There was like multiple stops. Like 4 stops in Europe. I think I remember it was like Amsterdam, something else. It was a long journey. And it was just to see family. Like, so my mom's whole family was there. My grandma, my grandpa at the time, my great grandma. So I had a lot of family there. And obviously my parents were born and raised there and lived there for majority of their lives. And my dad has a ton of family and family friends there as well.
Oh yeah.
So our experience since forever of going to India is going to see my grandparents. We're staying in their home. We never really ate out unless it was like Pizza Hut or like Hot Millions or like just like these like random little like joints that you would just like go eat at, like homey places.
Yeah.
But it was just about seeing your family and spending the time together. And
Absolutely.
you travel. It was never like fancy restaurants or like, I mean, at times there were, like, if it was a celebration, but like we would go for months at a time. Like we would go for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, a whole summer I'd spend.
I would love to go for like a whole month or something.
And it was a very different. So this first time was the very first time that I went to India and stayed in a hotel. I've never stayed in a hotel in India before. I'd always stay at my relatives' homes. So that was so new for me where I'm just like, oh, like what? Like it, so that was new. I mean, granted, like the situation, like it was for wedding shopping. We were there for a short period of time and also like with you and your mom. So like that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
So like that was a first. And then just, I think so like eating out that much, like to nice restaurants and just seeing that much of a place in such a short amount of time, like that was new. Like like I said, like we would just eat at home. My nanny would make like shahi paneer for me, or like we'd wake up and we'd walk to the local food market, which was on the street, and like pick up like vegetables and fruits, or like eat golgappa like on the street, like with my brother, like in a little plastic cup. Like we would just, it was literally a totally different experience and different life for us. Like, so this trip was also very new and different for me as well, because I hadn't experienced that.
Yeah. So anyways, to summarize, I was extremely blessed to have just such a like amazing journey. Like I said, my mom was also there. Like it was just a cool overall experience, especially for my first time going there. Like, to be honest, like obviously we're going to go back to India at some point, like, many times throughout our lifetime. And I always want to have that experience because it was like just so like amazing. Like I just loved like how it all was.
Yeah.
I know obviously we're going to have different times where like go to certain families' houses and whatnot, but like I want to like, I love the way that I was shown India. May not have been right or whatever, but I love that way. Like it was just like we got to eat amazing food, see and meet amazing people. Like we saw so many cool landmarks, and like we remember the like the Hanuman statue and all that stuff. We saw like went to like one of the temples, like so many cool things, and we only saw like 1%
didn't even touch anything
of India, if that. Like I haven't actually seen anything of India because I only went to Delhi, and we have basically shopping the whole trip. So I want to go back to India and explore, and I want to go with the family, because I want all of us to like live that together. I want to experience that with everyone together. And I want to like do more stuff. I want to document more of it. Like, I feel last time we documented a lot, which is cool. There's like some good footage that we have and like memories that we'll always keep. And I want to do that more. And that's what the point of doing this is like document more stuff and showcase that. But anyways, India, I freaking like loved it. Shout out to Haldiram's. Yo, place was lit. What was that one dish? Raj Kachori.
Raj Kachori,
Yo, the Raj Kachori, bro, was fire.
So I know you like touched on this, but like, so my dad, I don't think will ever say it, but he gets very, India's like if your place is like Hawaii on a beach and that's your go-to paradise, his paradise is going back home to India. Like he's never been the calmest, the happiest. He's the best person when he's in India, like best version of himself.
100%. Yeah.
Because he's just so happy. And it really hurts him when people go to India and they don't like it. Because that's his place. It's like someone shooting you down and saying like, oh, I don't like this place, but you love that place. And this is his home. And he just doesn't like it. So for a first timer going to India, like from what you've heard, I remember like everybody telling you like, oh, you'll be really overwhelmed. Like there's a lot of different, it's a different feeling, the like humidity, the weather, the smells, like everything, the busy traffic.
There's a lot.
Just like when you're driving on the road, like what happened, like everything is so different and so new, but he always just wants to make sure that you're like exposed to it in a way that makes you
like comfortable,
and be comfortable.
Yeah.
So like shown it to Dad.
I'll say something here. I'll say something. Is the camera on? It's recording. Right?
Yes.
I feel like it's kind of funny because, anyways, look, Dad, I love you, but like I've said this to him like many times, and like he's like not the individual to like say it back. Yeah. Even on text, like I think he's ghosted me a few times when I've said it, or like he would have been like, haha, or like, okay, or something like that, or like it's just something like completely random, like. And obviously you love your dad like too. Like I love you. Like I love and same with like my mom, everyone. Basically just for these two right now, but like love you guys because like like what you guys did for me, like that is like a once in a lifetime thing that can never be remade or redone or taken back or anything. It's just like it happened. Yeah. I wish it was like longer because it just happened so fast and we were so busy. And that's why if you do end up watching this video, okay, I don't know if they're gonna watch the video. Maybe we should send them the link, kind of plant it in their head.
Oh my God!
It's like I hope that we can redo it again, and then obviously the next time we go back, there will be nothing to do, nothing to worry about. It's just us exploring India together, like eating the food and the experiences and the culture, and seeing more family. Yeah, like we had to go to Chandigarh, and we had to see who. My nanny. We had to see Nani, and like there's just other things that we have to do, and like I want to go all around India and experience that with everyone, and like obviously like with you and do certain things together too. But it's like next time we go back, we have to obviously go back. Yeah, we're going to. Yeah, but I want to redo it. Yeah, without the whole wedding thing, just because like and nothing wrong with the wedding thing. It's just like that's all we did.
It's a different trip.
We had to go shopping
it's a
every single
different
day.
trip.
There's so much to do in such a little amount of time. So
Yeah.
I want to go back with no stress
Yeah.
and just have us chill and just really explore it and
Yeah.
enjoy ourselves with that.
Yeah.
So if you see this, I love you. And thank you.
Good job.
But yeah, anyways, like India, like honestly, man, like there's so many things that I could say about it, but I really just want to go back. I want to go back and do more and see more.
Okay, what was your top 3 things of being in India? Top 3 like best moments, feelings, whatever.
I think one really good moment was like meeting Nani,
Oh.
meeting everyone. That whole
Yeah.
there was only so many people to tell. I didn't know what was going on at that point, but it's like we met Nani
Yeah.
and we also met
Oh, her sister.
her sister.
Yeah.
But I don't know what
Yeah.
the right
Yeah,
what do I
okay.
say the right word?
She would be your we say Mosi, but
Oh, see. So I didn't
Buddy-
know the
or
right
Buddy
word to
Nani,
say,
Big
but like,
Nani.
I also like she was like amazing. Like
Yeah.
she was like so kind and like loving. And, like
Yeah.
I think that was like the really cool thing because like obviously like you want to meet your family.
Yeah.
But, like Nani's like I love my nanny.
Yeah.
You have seen her, like you know exactly how she is.
Yeah.
Like you want to meet that person because like you can tell a lot from meeting the nanny or nana, like
Yeah.
because that's like basically who molded your parents,
Yep.
and then they molded you as young individuals. So it's like a lot is gonna be rubbing off. So like
Yeah.
instantly it was like good vibes. Anyway, that was dope. We had some. Did we have Chinese food that night? Like, remember?
Yeah, it was like a fusion.
It was like fusion. So anyways, that was
Yeah.
really cool. So that's probably like number one.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh.
number two, I don't even know what it would be. I think it would probably just like maybe like
Bangalore
seeing you in
too.
the dress
Oh.
would be like number two.
So, mind you, I never wanted you to see me in the dress.
Oh yeah. So okay. Look, so we'll just talk about it real quick. She was like, she didn't want me to see her in the dress.
Yeah.
As soon as she tried on the dress, what happened?
I screamed, Nav,
Yeah.
do you like that?
She basically wanted me to come over and see it. So that point, I was like, "F it, like let's just
But
go
you
see
don't
it."
even remember it. So Nav has
Yeah.
not the best
I know like the
memory.
color and basic stuff, but like honestly, also when I was helping you, like I made sure not to like be like staring
Yeah.
at the details because I didn't want to like remember it
Yeah.
for obvious reasons. I want to like see her walk down,
Yeah.
and I haven't looked at any pictures since. Like you've seen them, but I haven't
Yeah.
looked at anything.
Yeah.
So like for me, it's like I saw her,
Yeah.
I know the color, blah blah, but I don't know everything else about it. So it's like,
Yeah.
and I don't know like
What everything else
everything
is.
else on your face is gonna be and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So it'll be like still a shock to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
But that was hilarious, a hilarious side story.
Yeah.
But yeah, the third thing was probably just like I think just like seeing it in the food. Like, you know, I love to eat.
Yeah.
And we had some like good
Yeah.
food. And I want to say
did have
something else
good
too. Like this is like on the list too, is like meeting Manal.
Oh, wait, we went to Bangalore too. Don't forget about
Bangalore. Oh, Bangalore is probably 3 then.
that.
Going to Bangalore. Oh
Yeah.
man, Bangalore is number 3 for sure.
Yeah.
What the heck? Like actually, Bangalore's number 2.
What?
Sorry, you might move down. Bangalore's number 2 because meeting Ashimamu, Kakli Mami, and Adu like was like so dope.
Yeah.
And like love all you guys. But we love Adu. Adu, if you ever see this, like we love you. And like, yeah, we hope that we can just see you guys soon. Hope we can see you dance and make fun of you some more and like, watch you like grow up
Yeah.
into like an amazing like young woman and like all the amazing stuff I'm sure you're gonna do because it seems you just like where I was at that age
Yeah.
and where she was, like, you are way
she's
ahead.
a-
and it's like
Bright
amazing to
star,
see you
yeah.
have great parents and I'm just so excited to see where you're gonna grow up to be. I actually wonder if they're ever gonna see this stuff, but anyways, yeah, that was for sure number 2 and then 3. But I also want to say like meeting Manal because if you ever see this, like that was such a big thing because
Yeah.
it allowed that trust to build and like
Yep.
Manal has been growing in the lab India and he's doing an amazing job and just being able to like have part of our brand in India
Yeah.
and like trying to establish a presence to connect and build and grow and like
Yeah.
we're gonna release apparel there soon and do events and it's like Manal spearheading that. To meet him at the hotel
Yeah.
was so cool
Yeah.
to me and I'll always like remember like some of those things that happened, but like going my first time in India and meeting them,
Yeah.
I don't know, I really appreciated it and I liked it.
Yeah.
And I was just like happy doing that. It was like so cool to say like
Yeah.
we had a business meeting in Delhi, India
Yeah.
at the Hyatt Hotel. Like you can't always say that to people. Like
Yeah.
that's like dope.
That's really cool.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. And anyways, India like has brought about so many cool things and experiences and
Yeah.
that was only one time, 10 or 12 days. I want to go and be able to spend a month or X amount of time there.
We're hoping for the end of the year, but let's.
I hope the end of the year we can get away,
Yeah.
and that's the summertime, but not too hot, right around December.
That's winter. It's still winter. It's cold.
Oh, it's still winter there.
Summer there is like.
Oh
like
yeah, summer there's
now
like
it's
wild
getting
there.
hotter. Yeah.
But it'd still be like,
June,
what
July
would
is
the
hot.
what would the weather be like in December?
Oh, like 10, 12, 10. But the thing is, like, it's different. It's like in Australia, like the houses aren't equipped with no carpet.
It's
The
different.
walls aren't insulated.
Definitely different.
It's
vibe.
different. Winter in India is different. I personally don't like winter in India. I've also been used to going there in the summer, so I'm used to the heat. I'm used to
Yeah.
everything like that. The
Yeah.
mosquitoes, everything, the flies. But
Oh, the mosquitoes, wild, bro. Bugs. I don't like bugs. We'll do another episode on bugs. But
What?
Actually, we're not gonna talk about bugs
no,
at
we're
all.
not.
But like that. Oh, anyways, I just want to go back to India. Holi.
Yeah.
We did Holi in India with in Bangalore with Ashu,
Yeah.
Kakali, and Adu. That was so sick. Apparently there was like snakes in the backyard that we didn't know about. I don't know if that was like a lie.
No, she told us afterwards.
Yeah, if I had seen a snake, bro, I would have lost my shit. So, anyways, I'm just so happy we didn't see that.
Yeah.
But just doing the whole holy thing and like throwing
Yeah.
colors. And remember when she threw the flowers
Yeah.
from the roof, and I was like, why didn't you tell us you were gonna throw that so we could have taken a picture or something? Because it was
Yeah,
so
I
cool
know.
when it came down.
I think just the entire. So Bangalore is in South India, so it's a totally different way of eating. Different.
Oh yeah, completely different culture. Yeah,
Different vibe. Totally different from Delhi.
Yeah.
They're totally different from Delhi. And it was also the first time that you actually went to India and stayed in a home, which is something that I was used to.
Oh, that's true too.
So you
that's true
were
too.
in a hotel.
Yes.
So that was different for you. But I think like hopefully they get to see this one day. But like they thought out, like they're the most thoughtful people and the most thoughtful people that I know. But, like when we
100%,
went there, like the little
100%.
decor that Adu had made with the flowers
Yeah.
and like with the thalis and just the food, like your first Bangalore South Indian food experience on that big banana leaf.
Yeah,
like
that was really cool.
all the little like dishes and then like obviously Holi, like
Holy
that
was like
was
icing on the cake. It
incredible.
was so dope. Leela Palace
yeah.
was cool too. Anyways,
Yeah.
they took us around, but like the Holi experience was like so wholesome and like cool. And obviously, I like Holi. It's cool, but like
yeah.
to say you went to India
Yeah.
and then obviously it was still COVID,
Yeah.
so it's like you couldn't do the whole thing. But we had it in the backyard. But like,
Yeah.
man, I would love to go there one day and like do it with just randoms.
Yeah.
Oh, and there was a story. So like we were dropping stuff off to like Prabhat Uncle's house or something,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Holi.
Oh yeah.
And like someone had, I guess it's like a thing in India where like you like someone threw a balloon at me,
A water
a
balloon.
water balloon, and it like went right in front of me. So me being in India and like a foreigner, like I was like,
Oh, my dad was dying.
yeah,
He was
I was like, whoa, like, you know, what just happened? And your dad was like laughing. He's like, ha ha ha, like you know, his laugh, like they do that over here. But, like there was like I came from someone like above. I guess they were just like having fun.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, our life is in danger. Like, we gotta move. Like, it's time to leave. Like, but anyways, like, I want to experience the whole holy culture.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I just feel like that would be so much fun. But anyway, there's a lot of things in India that I want to experience.
Diwali too. Diwali. in
Diwali.
India is nice, yeah. I think just there's
There's
a
a
lot
lot.
more to see.
There's a lot more to see and do
Yeah.
out there and like just immerse ourselves into. And I
Yeah.
want to do that. And we will. We will have the
We'll
opportunity.
get there. Yeah.
Knock on wood, like,
Yeah.
hope it gets a little better and all that kind of stuff. And then kind of go from there. But India was amazing. I don't know if there's anything else like you want to ask me or like bring out. But
we already said like obviously I know you want to go again.
yeah, essentially it
top
was just like
three.
an amazing
Was
trip.
there anything that like I know, but I want to know if you would bring it up. But like, are there a couple things from India that scared you, or like were a bit overwhelming? Like, what was a bit like, whoa, this is a bit much?
No, I
Like,
wasn't. I don't think, unless I'm not thinking of it right now. Is there something that I
I'm
said?
asking you.
Oh, okay. Anyways, so we got lucky because when we went to India, like it was COVID. So I think I got lucky with the traffic.
Yeah,
Traffic wasn't as crazy as I heard India was going to be.
Yeah.
So that was one positive. Outside of that, like I wasn't like really scared about stuff. I was nervous because it's like a new country.
Yeah.
I had to get some shots. Like I didn't want to get sick.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is we had 12 days. So if you get like diarrhea, you get something, the travelers,
It's done.
whatever it's
Yeah.
called, the trip's done.
Yeah.
So I was like so nervous that I brought like those pills and whatever, like, cause I didn't want to get it.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I was scared of was like malaria, but I don't think that happens at that time.
No.
And the other thing that was nervous was the air quality, because the air quality is like really bad there.
Yeah.
But other than that, that was it.
Yeah. Honestly, another thing was the first time, even for my dad, we always like, we've never seen the sun or blue skies in Delhi before. And that was the first time that we were like, the sky is clear.
That's wild.
We were like, wow. I
So
think it had to do with less traffic.
Obviously, there's a huge decrease in traffic, which led to less pollution. I'm just assuming. I'm not whatever the name of that job is, but like that's why the sky was probably blue. Because like I said, it's not you would normally like that.
Yeah.
This is like a super random thing I want to say, just because we won't have a chance to talk about it otherwise. Is the first case of COVID in Delhi was at our hotel.
I don't know if it was the reported first. Reported. The reported first case.
It was just so random, and what I love and appreciate about the whole family, and like, there's like they didn't want to tell me because they didn't want to freak me out.
Yeah.
But obviously because we're in COVID, we're in India. It's like, oh my god, first COVID case is like in our lobby of our hotel. Like
it was at a restaurant. So our restaurant had like 6 or 7 restaurants. So it was like a person dining in. They weren't even like staying in the hotel.
They just were positive.
They were just dining in and then tested positive. But it was like, I think it happened like the morning after we had got there.
Yeah, it was like super fresh.
And my parents brought me into the room. They were like, there's a COVID test, but don't tell Nav. It's his first trip and we just got here. He's going to want to go home. And I was like, oh my God, but I can't lie to you. I can't hide things from you. So
I didn't want to go home though.
I know.
I never wanted to leave. It was just like, it was the fear of like first time, like we're scared, like, okay, now we got to be even more scared. But it's like, luckily, like everything went great. Like I said, met a lot of cool people in India, like made some connections out there. And so it's like, I just can't wait to go back and like do more with you, experience, like obviously like big thing for us. Like we want to travel more. We want to do more stuff together as a couple before we take further steps in life and all that kind of stuff and further, our journey together. But like, we want to go experience that stuff. And I hope this year, I'm really hoping, like end of this year, we can just get away and go for a couple weeks or a month or whatever. Maybe hit up Goa, hit up this and that. And
it would be, and that's new for me too. Like I said, like I haven't explored all of it. There's so much to explore in India. I've definitely done like Jaipur and Rajasthan and like seen like Taj Mahal and stuff. But like doing that with my family is different than doing it with you. And there's still so much more. Like you said, Goa and everywhere else. And it'd be fun.
It'll be fun. And obviously, I don't know. I keep saying excited.
And hopefully by the end of the year, you'll have learned a little bit more Hindi.
That's what I was going to say. I'm learning more Hindi.
Yeah.
If it was on Rosetta Stone, if it was on Fluence, I would have already like learned it.
You know what? I'm going to put you on the spot. And can you say something for the fellow watchers? Okay, that's too easy.
I said something.
Okay. Say something else. One more thing.
I don't know, like, what am I supposed to say though? Like,
okay.
Chachma.
Huh?
Chachma.
Chashma. Okay. So funny story. Before we end this.
Okay.
So in my family, like one thing that we'll call each other from time to time as a joke is Dakkan.
Oh yeah, you're a huge Dakkan.
So anyway, Nav has not heard this word before. Until obviously you've been around me and my family.
Around you guys.
And we just call each other that. And we were like at home one day and I was doing something dumb or I don't know, just classic me. And I hear Nav going, Dakkan. I was like, oh my gosh. So this guy does not know Hindi, but he picked up. Wow. Good job.
See? Like I know things, like I have words, but I can't like put sentences together. It's like I'm a baby, like learning it, but like I'm learning.
Oh man!
I need to put like more effort into it, but like I do have a crazy schedule, but that's not an excuse. I don't like giving excuses, but bro, you know my schedule's wild. Like how can I fit it in? Like it's like, but I will learn more Hindi.
Yeah.
And in the future, one day, perhaps we'll have an episode where we only speak Hindi.
Wow. Okay, you heard it here first.
Let's end there.
All right.